Chief Commissioner Patton, how would you describe the level of compliance from the public so far?
Look, Lee, generally speaking, the level of compliance has been very good. The vast majority of Victorians are doing what we want them to do, but there is a small minority who continue to disregard the Chief Health Officer directions. So we're targeting those people.
And with that disregard, is the issue, do you think, defiance or mostly ignorance of what the rules are?
Look, that small minority, it's actually a bit of defiance. We've seen people who loosely describe themselves as sovereign citizens, some people who say the law doesn't apply to them. We pull them up at vehicle checkpoints. And just this week alone, we've had 3 or 4 cars that we've had to pull up and people have refused to state their name and address and say they're not obliged to stop and say where they're going outside of a restricted area. So we then have to step through a range of processes. We've had to smash windows on some cars to get people out because they deliberately didn't want to comply with the Chief Health Officer directions.
And is that unusual? Is that something police experience outside of this pandemic, or do you think it's peculiar to this?
No, we do experience that on occasion. It has been heightened of recent weeks, though, where people particularly are saying, they're anti-government, they're anti-regulation. But as I say, it is a small group, a very small cohort. Generally speaking, the whole Victorian community is banding together. And I think we're seeing a turning of community sentiment as well, where the community is actually shunning these people who won't wear masks, who try and breach our curfew rules, who don't comply. So generally the community is now saying enough's enough, we want everyone to comply.
So what would you say is the chief challenge for police at the moment?
The chief challenge that we have is making sure that people really do understand the impact of their actions, and that is if they have tested positive that they must be staying at home. It's making sure that people aren't placing others at risk. It's about public order, it's about public safety, but we're there to support the Chief Health Officer directions. The only way we can stop the spread of this virus is by people staying contained at home where possible, by not going out where they don't have to. The chief challenge for us is to control movement and restrict movement, and that's what we're trying to do through our enforcement approach.
With people restricted to their homes, are you noticing yet an uptick in domestic violence call-outs or mental health incidents?
Yes, Lee, you're spot on in regards to that. We've seen an increase in family violence in relation to calls going to homes where people who might not have been together for such large period of time. We are seeing increased reliance on our family violence teams. We have specific operations running so that we're addressing that. We're proactively going out to homes to make sure people are safe, but certainly family violence has been a significant increase for us, as has issues of mental health. So it is placing a strain on the community, but one that we're very mindful of, and that's why we're actually attending, proactively going out there to do what we can do.
Chief Commissioner, thanks for your time tonight.
Thanks, Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.